What's going on, guys? Dylan Conrad, DC Fitness. I'm in my gym right now, about to eat my favorite sandwich from Fat Sal's. It's just a Fat Sal classic. If you have followed my stuff, you know that I subscribe to flexible dieting, and what that is basically you have an allotted amount of calories and macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats to eat each day. When you go out to restaurants, the bummer is that they can allow 20% variation in what they say is in the food for their calories, the protein, fat, and carbs, than what is actually in there. So, for example, if you're having a 600 calorie chicken with farro or something from a restaurant, it can actually be up to 720 calories, which in some cases is enough to put you in a caloric surplus instead of a deficit. As if you eat out 2 or 3 times a day, it makes it even worse. So what I have is the 80-20 rule, which is basically 80% of the time you eat clean, and then 20% you have for you can have whatever you want, basically. With the 20%, so if you're eating 2,400 calories, that'd be about 400 calories a day that you can actually just cheat and eat whatever you want on. If you eat out a lot and this just doesn't work for you, you can figure out some go-to restaurants for you and be a psychopath like myself and actually break down the food and what's in it. So I have this Fat Salad sandwich. I have a scale here and I have a plate with a fork. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna calculate how many calories, protein, carbs, and fats are in this Fat Salad sandwich just by breaking it apart, weighing it, and all that good stuff, okay? So, plate on here, tear it, open this beautiful sandwich. Oh my God, that looks bomb. The Fat Sal's is roast beef with chicken tenders, fries, and gravy, okay? So you'll see how I'm gonna break this apart. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna open this bad boy up. So I have in grams down here. What each part is. So first I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure out the fries. So I got fries going in here. Don't worry, I just washed my hands. All right, so we got about 81 grams of fries here. I'm gonna tear that. Okay, now I measure out the onion rings. Okay, so we got 78 grams of onion rings. Tear it. Mozzarella sticks. About 42 grams of mozzarella sticks. Okay, I'm gonna measure out the roast beef. Okay, so we got about 116 grams of roast beef. Tear it, weigh out the bread. Got about 185 grams of white bread on there. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this back together. I'm gonna calculate the macros. And I'm gonna tell you what they are. So I just jumped the gun and ate the whole Fat Salad sandwich as I was calculating all the macros, which took me about 5 minutes to be honest with you. So the totals are, for that whole sandwich, and the only thing I didn't really know was the gravy. There was gravy on there, so I just put 4 tablespoons, which is probably only 2, but I like to overestimate. 965 calories, 34 grams of fat, 159 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of protein. So it's actually a pretty good protein source. It seems like a lot of work, but I eat a Fat Salad probably once a week, so this just makes sense to me, and I love that. I'm a creature of habit, so I love that same sandwich. If you really think about it, you probably eat the same thing almost every day, or some sort of variation. So, either the 80-20 rule, 80% clean, 20% dirty, or go to your restaurants that you love to eat at and break it apart and track your macros. It's kind of fun. You can put it back together. It doesn't look too appetizing, but it is really good. I'm Dylan Conrad, DC Fitness. I hope you guys enjoyed this.